So, this happened a few years back, and I've been hesitant to share it because people might think I'm crazy. But I've seen people share some wild stuff on here, so maybe someone will believe me. I had just broken up with my boyfriend and was looking for a fresh start. I was drawn to this house in a quiet suburban neighborhood. It was a small, seemingly ordinary suburban house, pristine white with a cute little garden out front. The house had been empty for a long time, and the neighborhood was pretty quiet. The landlord seemed almost too eager. He offered me a significant discount for the first 3 months, and though it struck me as odd, I brushed it off. The first couple of weeks were fine. I started settling into my new life, but then strange things began happening. I'd hear footsteps in the middle of the night. They weren't from outside or any neighboring houses. They were coming directly from the attic. I tried to dismiss it as perhaps some small animals, or even just the house settling. But then the whispers began. At first, I thought I was just overtired, or maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. But the faint, distant voices became more frequent, echoing through the walls, unintelligible and eerie. I tried recording the sounds on my phone, hoping to catch the whispers. But every time I played the recordings back, there was only silence. Determined to get to the bottom of it, I ventured up to the attic. With every step on those creaky wooden stairs, my heart raced faster. The attic was mostly filled with old boxes, dust, and cobwebs, as you'd expect. But then, tucked in the far corner, I found a small, worn-out journal. Flipping through its pages, I found it belonged to a girl named Lucy. Her early entries were normal, discussing her daily life, friends, and family. But as I continued reading, the tone shifted. Lucy began to write about shadows she'd see around the house, voices she heard, and an overwhelming sense of dread that never left her. One date was circled multiple times. The same date I had moved into the house, but many years prior. The final entry in the journal was deeply unsettling. Lucy wrote about feeling trapped in the house, being constantly watched, and the walls seemingly closing in on her. The last line chilled me to the bone. They won't let me leave. I hope someone finds this and knows the truth. My research into the house's history revealed a tragic story. Lucy had mysteriously disappeared on the date she mentioned in her diary. The case went cold, and no one ever found out what happened to her. Desperate for answers, I sought out a local paranormal investigator and a medium. We held a seance in the living room, the dim candlelight casting eerie shadows on the walls. Lucy's spirit came forward, revealing the tragic events of her final days. It turned out that it wasn't the house itself that was haunted, but a malevolent entity that had ensnared Lucy, preventing her from moving on. With the medium's help, we managed to help Lucy's spirit find peace, releasing her from the clutches of the malevolent force. I decided it was time for me to move on too. Even after everything that happened, I still felt uneasy in that house. I packed my things and found a new place to call home. But a word of caution to anyone reading this: always trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. And if you ever hear footsteps in the attic or whispers in the walls, don't dismiss it.